Question, knowing how much the USA has to gain from fucking Iran up, do you believe Israel truly made this choice on its own? No, of course not. Chatters, make no mistake. I will never entertain silly baby shit attitudes. Okay? I will never entertain the baby-brained attitudes that you hear from mainstream press about how, Israel was really fucking over Donald Trump and how, America did not give Israel the go-ahead or even literally help Israel conduct these strikes. Make no mistake, America and Israel are not separate entities. America and Israel are not two separate sovereign nations. They are one. This is why I always say simultaneously that Israel is an unsinkable aircraft carrier with its own espionage capabilities. But I also routinely tell you that Israel is like a state. And it's not like a state that is a nuclear sponge state, for example. It's not like North Dakota. It's not like South Dakota. It's the most valuable state. Israel is America's most valuable state. America would entertain blowing up South Dakota before letting Israel fall. Okay? It's not a vassal state. It is different than a vassal state. Israel is a fully blown, Israel is like up there with New York City, Washington, D.C., and fucking California as a state. That is on the value metrics. Israel's value to American foreign policy is seen as basically is akin to New York City. Okay, Tel Aviv is like basically fucking New York City. Two Israeli officials claimed to Axios that Trump and his aides were only pretending to oppose an Israeli attack in public and didn't express opposition in private. We had a clear U.S. green light, one claimed. Of course. By the way, yes, as I also said, Squirrel was right on this. Everything being done by the Trump admin now to push the turn on Israel Netanyahu line is pure misdirection aimed at reestablishing the element of surprise ahead of the attack on Iran, which requires both a sustained operation at nuclear. For the attack to have at least some chance of success, it is essential for the element of surprise to be reestablished. Think about it. This person is a, whoa, what the fuck? Little f, little baby f, mini f, mini f, mini f. Calm down, mini f. We're still here. It's a small f, chatters. Stop freaking out. Stop freaking out. Calm down. Now, remember. For the attack to have at least some chance of success, it is essential for the element of surprise to be reestablished. The fake negotiations in Oman with the Iranians, the motion of waltz, and the whining about neocons like the Saudi Arabia speech, the fake defeat against the Houthis, and all the fake leaks about how Trump is really very angry and feels betrayed by Netanyahu are all intentionally designed to create a feeling of passivity among the Iranians and the belief that the attack may not actually happen. Netanyahu's trips to D.C. was where they decided to adopt the strategy, and then immediately thereafter it was launched, and the Trump turn on Israel propaganda began in full swing. The entire media class is, of course, playing along with it, with their anonymous sources giving them leaks that establish and launder the narrative. Trump's trip to Saudi Arabia and the Gulf puppet regime is aimed at shoring up support among U.S., NATO, Israeli empire's Arab shield and consolidate inclusion of Syria's Erdogan-Jelani fascist puppets into it ahead of the attack. By the way, the reason why this is important is because they wrote this on May 14th, 2025, when every single person was full tilt talking about how, like, Trump is going to fucking figure it out. Trump is going to actually fix the situation. Zay was one of the very few people out there that was like, nope, all of this is fake. All of this is a sham. And America and Israel are aligned on this. Israel doesn't do anything without the United States of America. Yeah. I told you the U.S. and the genocidal Israeli death cult were just buying time and using deception to prepare for the war in Iran. All the experts who bought into that bullshit and helped launder it should never be listened to. Zionist hegemony dictated that the war would happen. And when they say Zionist hegemony, they're talking about, like, America first and foremost. They're not talking about Jews. They're not talking about Israel. They're talking about America's ambition, okay? America's ambition in the region, its grand design for the region is inherently a Zionist one. This is precisely the reason why you have so many Christian Zionists that are in positions of power that are ideologically super invested in this. That's why there are a million different fucking tweets from Donald Trump from 2011, 2013, talking about how, like, why aren't we bombing Iran? Why are we not bombing Iran? Asked President Trump if the U.S. was given any heads up ahead of the operation. Heads up. It wasn't a heads up. It was, we know what's going on. POTUS said he spoke with the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu yesterday and plans to speak with him again today. So remember this. Remember all the fucking anti-war championing that was coming from dumbass Republicans. I fucking told you that it was all bullshit over and over again. And make no mistake when I say this. Make no mistake when I say this. Democrats would do this exact same thing. Democrats maybe won't do the same, like, song and dance in the way that Donald Trump does. They wouldn't go about it the same way, but they would do the exact same thing. Democrats, if they were in charge right now, would be doing 100% the exact same thing, 1-to-1. Make no fucking mistake. Anyone who tries to tell you that Kamala Harris will be different is a fucking delusional moron. Do not listen to them. Why? Kamala Harris's own campaign aides have actually come out and talked about how they would be doing a better job defending Israel right now. Chuck Schumer has come out and launched his support. Chuck Schumer, a week ago, was complaining that Donald Trump was Taco Trump. He wasn't going to actually fucking strike Iran. American foreign policy, as I have said a million times over, is fucking uniparty. It is uniparty. There's only one goal here, okay? That's it. Make no mistake. I said this as well. I've repeated this a million times before the election, but we'll continue to say it. American foreign policy is uniparty. Israel rarely does anything without America's go-ahead. Trump was never a peaceful dove, but them war hawks let him lie like that, and Trump is a weak baby. Okay? I mean, look at this. Look at every single senator, every single fucking politician, Republican and Democrat alike. Pray for Israel, 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 please. Pray for Israel. This is after Israel struck Iran, by the way. Not when Iran is striking Israel in retaliation now. This came literally minutes after. Fucking minutes after Israel struck Iran. Kamala's campaign had attempted to outflank Trump on Iran and assail him for not retaliating against Iran further in 2020 when he assassinated Soleimani, and Iran in turn attacked al-Assad air base. A sign that Kamala would not have been any different was this woman was her national security advisor. The statement from Secretary Rubio conveys that Israel struck Iran without the umbrella of American support. While Biden twice deployed U.S. troops and resources to defend Israel against direct Iranian strikes last year, Trump isn't promising Israel defense against an Iranian counterstrike, though it's clearly planning for one. Grateful that successive Democratic administrations have provided Israel with the means to defend itself. This was Kamala Harris's. This was going to be a foreign policy advisor for Kamala Harris. What makes you fucking think that Kamala Harris will be any different than Donald Trump? You guys are fucking delusional. If Kamala Harris genuinely had a perspective that was even a little bit different than Donald Trump when it comes to Israel and defending Israel, she would have fucking let it known. She would have let it be known right now. It's like an 80-20 issue. It's like a 90-20, 90-10 issue at this point. It's a 90-10 issue for the fucking Democratic Party, and she still hasn't said anything about, like, why hasn't Trump actually implemented a ceasefire? I thought he was going to be a peaceful president. She didn't say any of those things. Why? She's no longer running for president. If she truly was this peaceful dove, as all these fucking dickhead Democrats kept telling me over and over again, why has she not said anything? Don't let anybody fucking move the goalposts on this, by the way. I'm talking specifically about Israel. Okay? In terms of, like, mass deportations, I'm sure mass deportations will still be happening under the Democrats, as this always has happened under the Democrats. It just wouldn't be as gross as it is currently with Donald Trump. But Democrats play a different role when it comes to deportations in this country. They play the role of calcifying right-wing white nativist immigration policies, as they did this past election cycle. What is this pointless discourse? Jesus fucking Christ, stick to who's in power? No, this is not pointless discourse at all. This is incredibly important discourse in this moment, because I'm a leftist, okay? And as a leftist, I have a lot of people that are on their own journey right now, a lot of liberals that tune in here, okay? And it is important for them to recognize so that they're smarter next time when they make an assessment, okay? My job is to make sure that you're not fucking duped. Just as I said, when everyone in the media, including very smart analysts that I rely on, people who have direct contact with Hamas, who talk to Hamas, who release Hamas communiques like a drop site, they had a more positive outlook on this. Even they thought that Trump might present a different, alternative, more peaceful outcome for Israel's continued genocide in Gaza. When I said to Jeremy Scahill directly, I was like, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't believe that. Why was I doing that? Why shouldn't I have just shut the fuck up and not offered analysis in that same way? Because this is my job. My job is to tell you sometimes hard to swallow pills so that you are better equipped in your analysis next time around.